Hello, my name is Liene and welcome to Vlogmas Day 22. It's almost the end of Vlogmas. 2 videos after this one are left, but yeah, I can't wait for it to be over. This time I'm gonna talk about the longest books I've read this year, but I'm gonna exclude the one that's gonna be the longest because I'm still reading it. I haven't finished it, and as you know, it's Lime's. I have this 2-part edition that combining is about 1,500 pages, a bit less I think. So each of this is over 700 pages. Those would be in this video too, but since I haven't finished it, I'm gonna put it down, and I have talked about it quite a lot recently. But then I have a book stack, okay, let's say it like that, book stack of 5 books that are the longest. I'm gonna start with the shortest and then we're gonna talk through them. First book I'm gonna talk about is Wondersmith by Jessica Townsend. This is the 2nd book in the Morgan Crow series. And yeah, I really like this series. I've read this one this year, I think the first one last year, and I'm still waiting for the 3rd one to be published in Latvian, and I'm gonna read it then. And I can't wait. This is a really good series, middle grade series. In the first one, we follow the main character, Morgan Crow. She's a cursed child, and she's basically blamed on everything bad that happens in her village. And cursed childs are like doomed to die on their 11th or 12th birthday, but she gets rescued and taken away to this wonderful place called Nevermore. And there her adventure begins to get in this society. Wondrous society, I think. But yeah, it's a really interesting and amazing story. I really like it. It's slowly becoming one of my favorite series. But yeah, I need more of these books. The next book is Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This one doesn't look that big, but it's almost 500 pages. The pages are really thin comparing to this one because they are about the same page count, but doesn't look like it. So this one is a sci-fi. It's set on this planet that was created by humans as an experiment, and then there is this spaceship that has the last humans that are alive left. My cat is being naughty, can you hear it? And the ship is on a hunt to find a new planet to live because Earth have been destroyed. And they come across this planet, but on that planet there are big spiders, and it's protected by this artificial intelligence. And this was a really good book. I really liked it. It's one of my favorite books from this year, and I think all time. So yeah, I really liked it. It's a commentary on humans, basically, on the way we are. And that's kind of like interesting to read about. Then I have The Nightingale by Christine Hanna. This one is about the same page count as the first 2 I mentioned, and this one is a historical fiction that follows 2 sisters in World War II in France, and how different those sisters are, and how it is for women to be in a war time, how difficult it is, and how difficult decisions you have to make to survive, to save your family. So it was a really hard and difficult read because of that, but I really liked it. I like that it's from those women perspectives, not like from soldiers. Soldiers of course show up, but they are not the main characters in this one. So yeah, really good historical fiction, and I love the cover of this one. Then I have Serpentine Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This one is the first book in a series. The second one is already out. Mine hasn't arrived yet because there was a mishap with my box, but I'm still waiting for the sequel. I read this one earlier this year. This is about a witch and a witch hunter who are kind of forced into a marriage. And the witch hunter, of course, doesn't know that his new wife is a witch. But I liked the banter between them. And this book made me want to read more romance books. Like, I want to read enemies to lovers or marriage of convenience or something like that because of this book. I really enjoyed it. A lot of people doesn't like it, but since I'm not a critical reader, I know that I sometimes can see the wrong things that are there with the book, but I enjoyed it and I read for enjoyment. So yeah, I'm looking forward for the rest of the series for this one. I have the Fairy Loot edition, so it has the shimmery sprayed edges. But if you like fantasy romance, I think you might like this one because it is a fantasy romance. I wasn't really fond of the witches in this one, but we'll see what happens in the next books. And the last one I'm gonna talk about is the longest one, and it's Winter by Marissa Meyer. Oh, I guess I should have mentioned the page count. This one is over 800 pages long. So yeah, it's the first and the last book in the Lunar Chronicles series. This is a sci-fi series retellings of fairy tales. The first one is Cinder, that is Cinderella retelling. The second one is Scarlet, that's Red Riding Hood retelling. And third is Crest, that's Rapunzel retelling. And this one is the Snow White retelling. And reading these ones, I realized that I really like retellings. And these ones were really, really good. I enjoyed them so much. I think they are all like really highly rated for me. And yeah, I really loved this one. I don't know how to explain what the series is about. So the first one starts with Cinder, and Cinder is a cyborg. She was in a accident and she had her body parts were replaced by like mechanics. She's a part robot. But she gets in kind of a trouble, and that all thing starts off events. There is one of like worst. I hate the villain in this one, not because she's a villain, but she is, I would say, a great villain. But oh my god, she's awful. Queen Levana. But yeah. So they all are connected. The books, of course. But the main characters, like what they kind of follow, are a bit different, but they don't forget the characters from other books. So yeah. In this one, they kind of all come together. This definitely is one of my favorite series. Oh, this is it. Those were the longest books I read this year. Oh, these ones. Oh, maybe let's turn them the other way around. So these are the longest books. I like that they are quite different. Like we have some fantasy, some sci-fi, adult sci-fi and YA sci-fi, some middle grade. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Please let me know, what is the longest book you read this year? And did you like it? I'm definitely not the one who likes to read big books because they intimidate me. But they don't always take as much time as I think they would by reading them. But yeah, I just need to get better with picking up big books. I'm scared to pick them up because they are big. And yeah, so I have quite few big books on my TBR that I'm just scared to pick up. But yeah, as I said, this is gonna be it for the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you tomorrow. Bye! Hello, my name is Liene, and welcome to Vlogmas. What? Sene! 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 Man būs jāceļās. So,